Alrighty, folks, we're 3-0 in our last three chairman plays on my premium page. 70% in our last 45 in that same package. And the good news is I've got another chairman play going off here today for Saturday. That play's already posted and ready for access in the post section. And of course, I got to give a big shout out to all of my Gold Club members out there, because you guys once again cashed in on a handful of premium selections yesterday. We had the Tigers, Astros, Dallas plus 6.5 in the WNBA, and we also hit on a two-team parlay. And the only way you could have accessed all those winners is to join my full access, all-inclusive Gold Club membership, and I'll explain a little bit more about all that at the end of the video. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to my free pick video here today for Saturday, June 14th, 2025. Happy Saturday to you. Hopefully you had a great start to Father's Day weekend. And if you're joining me for the first time here today, my name is Brock Page. I've been dishing out free sports picks on YouTube since 2016. Of course, if you don't need access to all of my premium plays, but maybe you could use like one a day, my daily best play cost just 6 cents a day for 30 days worth of access. I also have plenty of free content on my premium page as well, including my current overall win-loss record. That's available for you in the post section. All you got to do is just go right there and scroll down till you find it. You don't have to pay anything to take a look at my overall career record. Now, folks, I currently have over 2,605 members who are signed up and active on my premium page as of right now. I'm grateful to you guys. I cannot thank you enough. You are the lifeblood of my business, of what I do. So don't think a day goes by where I take you guys for granted, man. You guys really make this thing happen. So anyway, with that, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. Going to start off with the Marlins at the Nationals, 105 Eastern first pitch. Washington's minus $1.30, totals 9 runs. Trevor Williams for the Nationals, Cade Gibson for Miami. Now, Gibby's recorded just 1 win on this season. It's actually a 1-3 record coming into today's start. Of course, as a team, the Marlins dropped 7 out of their last 10 ball games. Really not getting a ton of run support from this lineup of hitters. The Marlins are currently a bottom 10 run-producing team. And when it comes to divisional play, well, the Marlins currently have a losing record against NL East opponents. Now, total-wise, 6 out of the Marlins' last 10 outings did stay under the number. Washington games went 7-3 to the under in their last 10 themselves. I like the Nationals minus $1.30. Under 9. Reds Tigers 110 Eastern start. Detroit's $1.75. Totals 8.5. Jack Flaherty for the Tigers. Brady Singer for Cincinnati. And the Reds currently have a losing record on the road. Definitely having problems making contact with the baseball since he's striking out nearly double-digit times a game on the road. And they're going to face Jack Flaherty, who's punched out 85 batters in 71 plus. Currently has a whip of 1.07. And these Detroit pitchers have been tough to hit against at Comerica Park. They're actually allowing under 3.1 runs a game on their own mound. 3 out of the Tigers' last 4 at Comerica Park stayed under the total. 60% to the under in their last 10 at any location. I like the Tigers minus 175, under 8.5. Pirates Cubs 220 East. Chicago's minus 230, total 7.5. Matthew Boyd for the Cubs. Mike Burrows for Pittsburgh. Now, Burrows has just 1 win on the year. Pittsburgh with a losing record on the road. As a matter of fact, out of 33 ball games away from PNC Park, the Bucs currently have a record of just 10-23. And a lot of that has to do with a lack of run support. The Pirates are amongst the lowest run-producing teams in Major League Baseball, and they're facing a 5-win Matthew Boyd, ERA in the 2s, 70 strikeouts on the year. And these Chicago pitchers have shown excellent control. They're actually walking just 2.8 batters a game on average. Now, Cubbies games have gone 9-1 to the under in their last 10. Pittsburgh contest went 7-3 to the under in their last 10 themselves. I like the Cubs minus 1.5, under 7.5 runs. All right, next matchup, White Sox, Rangers, 405 East. Texas is the massive $3.50 favorite, totals 8 runs. Jacob deGrom for the Rangers, Mike Vassell for Chicago. And as good as Vassel's been, the White Sox are currently on a 3-game skid. They actually scored just 6 total runs during that stretch. And out of 36 contests away from Rate Field, the Sox have posted a road record of just 7-29. And unfortunately, much of that has to do with the bats. Chicago's averaging under 7.3 hits a game at the dish, and they're going to face a 6-2 Jacob deGrom, ERA of 2.12, WHIP of just .92. And listen, when the Rangers are at home, they've definitely been tough to hit against. They're limiting opposing batters to just 6.7 hits a game at Globe Life Field. Now, no real surprise, Ranger games went 7-3 to the under in their last 10. 3 out of Chicago's last 4 on the road stayed under the total themselves. I like the Rangers minus 1.5, under 8. All right, next matchup, Angels, Orioles, 405 East. Baltimore's $1.65, totals 9. Tomo Sugano for the O's, Tyler Anderson for Los Angeles. Now, the Angels have played some pretty good baseball over the past few weeks. 7-3 record in their last 10. Actually hitting the ball pretty well on the road. The Angels do have a top 10 run-scoring lineup when they hit first. Taylor Ward's hit 18 homers, 46 RBI. Nolan Schanuel with an on-base percentage in the high 300s. They're facing a Baltimore team who's got a losing record at Camden Yards. They've definitely pitched poorly in front of their own crowd. These Baltimore pitchers allow nearly 11 hits a game on their own mound. And when it comes to the total in this one, 6 out of the Angels' last 10 outings did get over the total. Give me Los Angeles plus 1.5, over 9. Blue Jays, Phillies, 405 East. Philadelphia's $1.55, totals 8. Christopher Sanchez for the Titans, Bowden Francis for Toronto. Now, the Blue Jays with overs in 6 out of their last 7 road games. Phillies contest went 60% to the over in their last 10 themselves. And at the plate, the Phillies are a top 10 hit-producing team at home. Now, Toronto on the other side, they're in the top 10 in hits per game themselves. Alejandro Kirk, he's hitting .328 for the Jays. Bo Bichette, the club leader in RBI. Meanwhile, for the Phils, Kyle Schwarber is driven in 50 on the year, 22 homers at the dish. And Trey Turner's also hitting .302. I like the over 8 runs. All right, A's, Royals, 4:10 Eastern start. Kansas City's $1.65, totals 9. Michael Lorenzen for Kansas City, Jacob Lopez for the A's. Now, the Athletics have done a pretty nice job getting base runners. They've got a top 10 hit-producing lineup. Jacob Wilson's batting .367, on-base percentage in the 400s. And Brent Rooker's blasted 15 homers on the year. They're going to face a 4-6 Michael Lorenzen, ERA close to 5, WHIP of 1.38. And as a team, the Royals are currently on a 4-game skid, losers of 7 out of their last 9. Now, total-wise, Royals games went 80% to the over in their last 10. 6 out of the A's last 10 got over the number themselves. I like the Athletics plus 1.5, over 9. Rockies, Braves, 4:10 Eastern first pitch. Atlanta's minus 345, totals 9. Spencer Strider for the Braves. Chase Dollander for Colorado. Now, Dollander's just 2-6 on the year. Rockies have given him little run support. The Rockies are averaging under 6.4 hits a game on the road, and they're going to deal with Spencer Strider here today, averaging just about a strikeout an inning, WHIP of 1.28. course, these Atlanta pitchers have been tough to hit against at Truist Park. They're in the top 5 in strikeouts per game at home. Now, total-wise, 6 out of these teams' last 10 head-to-head gatherings did stay under the total. Braves pitchers held Colorado to just 3.9 runs a game during that span. So if you're into historical trends, certainly want to think about that one there. I like the Braves -1.5, under 9. Twins Astros 4:10 Eastern start. Houston's -$1.25. Total is 7.5. Hunter Brown for the Stros. Joe Ryan for Minnesota. And even though Ryan's definitely thrown well this year, the Twins are, definitely struggling. They took the loss in 6 out of their last 8. They've got a losing record on the road. And they're going to face a dominant Houston pitching staff. They've been very tough to hit against at home. They're averaging just about 11 strikeouts a game in their own building. And starting pitcher Hunter Brown, he's been no exception. He's actually just 7 strikeouts shy of the century mark already. ERA of 1.82. And no real surprise here, folks. The righty's got himself an 8-3 record and a sub-1 whip. Now, total-wise, 6 out of the Astros' last 10 ball games did stay under the number. 60% of the under in their last 10 meetings with the Twins. So once again, if you're into historical trends, plenty of unders to go around. I like the Astros -$1.25, under 7.5. All right, Cardinals Brewers 4:10 Eastern start. Milwaukee's $1.20. Totals 8.5. Jose Quintana for the Brewers. Andre Polani for St. Louis. Now, Polani's 4-3 on the year. Quintana with 4 wins on the season himself. Of course, 6 out of these teams' last 10 head-to-head meetings did fall under the total. Brewers games went 7-3 to the under in their last 10 themselves. Now, out of 36 contests in Milwaukee's own building, the under did cash in 67% of those games. Give me the under 8.5. All right, Rays Mets 4:10 Eastern start. The Mets are -135. Total is 7.5. Tyler McGill for New York. Drew Rasmussen for Tampa Bay. Now, Rasmussen's recorded a handful of wins on the year. ERA of 2.22. And because of those dominant performances, the righty's now got himself a .90 whip. Now, as a team, the Rays have definitely played some pretty good baseball over the past few weeks. 7-3 record in their last 10. Definitely tough to hit against in their travels. The Tampa Bay pitching staff's in the top 5 in fewest hits allowed on the road. They're facing a Mets team on the other side who's struggled with Tampa Bay pitching in recent gatherings. New York's averaging only 6.9 hits a game in their last 10 meetings with the Rays, and they've also had their hands full with American League opponents. The Mets are playing just .500 baseball in their interleague games. Now, total-wise, Mets contests have gone 63% to the under at Citi Field. Meanwhile, the Rays saw unders in 6 out of their last 10 themselves. I like Tampa Bay plus $1.15, under 7.5. All right, next game, Yankees Red Sox, 7:15 East. The Yankees are -165, totals 8. Carlos Rodon for New York, Hunter Dobbins for the Red Sox. Now, Dobbins has allowed his fair share of runs this year. Currently has an ERA of 4.20. And, these Boston pitchers have been, getting knocked around a bit at Fenway Park. They're giving up nearly double-digit hits a game on their own diamond, and they're facing arguably the most dangerous lineup of hitters in the game in the Yankees. Aaron Judge batting .390, 60 RBI on the year. Judge actually leads the league in batting average, OPS, and he's tied for the league lead in home runs. Paul Goldschmidt, 31 RBI himself, on-base percentage of .367. 6 out of the Bombers' last 10 meetings with Boston did get over the total. Red Sox games went 60% to the over in their last 10. I like the Yankees -165, over 8. Padres D-backs 7:15 East. Arizona's $1.75, totals 9. Zach Allen for the D-backs. Ryan Berger. I got to figure this out. I say it every video. I got to look up a home broadcast and see, is it Berger? Is it Berger? Berger? I don't know. Ryan Berger for San Diego. We'll call him Bergie. Bergie's yet to record a loss through a handful of outings. Padres have, played good against divisional opponents thus far. The Pods currently have a .625 win percentage against the NL West. They're definitely pounding Arizona pitching in recent gatherings. The Pods are averaging 9.7 hits a game in their last 10 meetings with Arizona. And as far as this season's concerned, Manny Machado leads the lineup in batting average and runs batted in. Fernando Tatis with the most home runs in the clubhouse. And they're going to take on a 4-8 Zach Gallen on the hill for Arizona. ERA in the fives, 1.33 whip. Of course, this Arizona pitching staff is now in the bottom 5 in runs allowed per contest. When it comes to total, 7 out of these teams' last 10 head-to-head meetings got over the total. I like the Padres, plus 1.5, over 9. All right, Guardians, Mariners, 9:40 Eastern first pitch. Seattle's $1.35, total 7.5. George Kirby for the M's, Tanner Bybee for Cleveland. The Guardians saw 3 out of their last 4 on the road stay under the total, 60% to the under in their last 10 at any location. And oddly enough, 3 out of Seattle's last 4 home games stayed under the total themselves, 60% to the under in their last 10 at any location. Both lineups with their fair share of struggles in the box. Seattle's in the bottom 3 in strikeouts per game at home. Cleveland's got a bottom 10 hit producing lineup themselves. I like the under 7.5. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. Going to be in that Giants-Dodgers game, 10:10 Eastern start. The Dodgers are minus 175, totals 8.5. Clayton Kershaw for Los Angeles, Landon Rupp for San Francisco. Rupp's just 4-4 on the year for the Giants. Kershaw's got an ERA of 4.35 for the Dodgers. And listen, both starters are going to have to do better than that. Going to have their A game because they're facing some powerful lineups at the plate. The Dodgers are averaging nearly double-digit hits a game at home. San Francisco has a handful of guys who can get on base themselves. Wilmer Flores, he's got 51 RBI on the year. Elliot Ramos with an on-base percentage of .366. Meanwhile, for the Dodgers on the other side, Freddie Freeman's hitting .341. Shohei Ohtani, he's in the top 3 in homers and OPS. 3 out of the Dodgers' last 4 home games got over the total. 60% to the over in their last 10 at any location. Meanwhile, the Giants on the other side, they saw their last 4 straight on the road get over the total themselves. I like the over 8.5. And with that, folks, now it's time for our quick pick recap. I like the Nationals minus 130, under 9. Give me the Tigers minus $1.75, under 8.5. I'm 3-0 my last 3 chairman plays, 70% my last 45 picks in that same package. Cubs minus 1.5, under 7.5 runs. Rangers minus 1.5, under 8. LA Angels plus 1.5, over 9. Give me the over 8 in that Blue Jays Phillies game. Athletics plus 1.5, over 9. Atlanta Braves minus 1.5, under 9. Astros minus $1.25, under 7.5. I like the under 8.5 in that Cardinals Brewers matchup. Tampa Bay plus $1.15, under 7.5. Yankees minus 165, over 8. Padres plus 1.5, over 9 runs. Give me the under 7.5 in that Guardians Mariners matchup. Give me the over 8.5 in that Giants-Dodgers game. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. And just a friendly reminder, if you do end up getting a membership here today on my premium site, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame, absolutely free. Going to be included with your membership. That's why I always tell folks, That Gold Club package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. Gold Club members get access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. But most importantly, folks, gotta thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that said, folks, happy Saturday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium page.